The first part I'm going to show you guys is how to build the fairy house. So what you need to build are some good sturdy sticks that are about 8 to 12 inches long, and mine are a little bit bigger so you can see it from a distance. Those are going to be your foundation sticks that you're going to do, and I'm going to show the triangle based fairy house. So you'd need 3 sticks about this length and thickness, and there's 2 different tools you can use to assemble them. The one I'm going to show are zip ties. So if you were able to get some zip ties, the reason that they work is because they make a loop and then they make a zip sound, which tells you that it is attached and you're able to pull it through and it will hold. If you weren't able to get those, you can also use wire, and you would wrap it around multiple times and twist it, kind of like a twist tie. But for this demonstration, I'm going to show with the zip ties. So I'm going to take my 3 sticks, I'm going to make a triangle, so if you can see my triangle, and then at the corners I'm going to take the zip tie and I'm going to loop it around, and then I'm going to start to pull it tight, and you'll hear the sound. I'm not going to pull it as tight as I can. I'm going to tighten it to about 80% tightness, and I'll tighten those at the end. So I'm going to do each of the 3 corners. Billy, can you zoom in and show just where I'm doing this? Can you like come in and zoom up? So it's just zipping up to holding those corners. So I'm going to do all 3. And I'm going to do it at the center of the X where the sticks cross. So we've got the 3 zip ties. So you'll see that they're like this. They're not entirely tight yet. And then once I have them where I'd like them, I'm going to go around and just tighten all 3. And these little pieces will cut off later, so you don't have to worry about those just yet. And what you're going to do with this is build your floor. So you're going to find sticks that are going to go across the floor that are straight enough. They don't have to be perfect. You're going to build your floor first before you build your walls. So you're going to do the same thing for the floor sticks, which is do the zip ties. Just do 1 at each. You want to have these nice and sturdy because that's how you're going to build your walls. So we're going to do those. That's a little big. Let's go smaller. So you're going to go and do floor sticks. Tighten these. So that's how you start your floor. In the next segment of the video, I'm going to show you how to build up your walls. So stay tuned. The next part, you've already got your floor built and attached with zip ties, so it's nice and sturdy. So you're going to use this as your base for building your walls. So the sticks you want to find are going to be about the length of the longest floor stick or a little bit longer. I like the kind of funky, gnarly ones. And basically what I'm using is the grooves in my floor to find a place for the walls to start. So for this one, it's going to come here. I'm going to use this one and go on this side. So the 2 of those are going to become attached with a zip tie at the top. And then I'm going to attach the bottom stick around one of the floor sticks. So I'm using that as an anchor, and I'm going to attach. Do the same thing on this side. Use this stick and wrap it around. You can use more than 1 zip tie if you feel like it's a little unsteady, depending on where you wrap it. And zip ties come in different lengths. So the ones I have here are the slightly shorter ones. There are also long ones that some of you might have gotten. So you can use those for your larger sticks. So I've got 2 of these attached to the top, attached at the base, and I'm going to use 1 more for my 3rd spot. And I try to find sticks that fit well together. So if they have a little Y in them. They might attach nicely to the top. So I'm gonna attach this. I'm gonna go down at the base first. Feed it up through the floor. If you have a spotter or somebody you're working with today that can spot for you, that might help, but you can build on your own pretty well if you do it this way. I'm gonna attach up here another one around. I'm gonna go around all three just because I think it'll hold better. So I've got three wall sticks. The way I like to do these in the sample one that I built, this is gonna be your front opening and these are gonna be your walls. So you can do your walls two different ways. You can take your longer sticks, fit them in the grooves and attach at top and bottom. Or if you have shorter sticks that are more like this length, you can go across your walls like this. And you can zip tie those. You can also wire, at this point you could hot glue gun these and they would go along the walls like this. So your wall can either look horizontal or your walls can be more vertical and within the grooves. So there's a couple of ways that you can build these. I'll check back in once your walls are built and then we'll learn some more ways to build some furniture. For this next segment, I'm gonna show you how to make furniture. So I'm gonna show you how to make a table like this, which is built actually from upside down up. And then I'm gonna show you how to make a simpler table if you have tree bark. I'm gonna show you how to attach the legs to that. So let me start with this one. And what you need to make this, if you look how we start upside down, you're gonna make a frame with 4 sticks and they're gonna crisscross each other with hot glue, just like you would popsicle sticks if you were gonna work with popsicle sticks, which you could do that for tables too. So you're gonna make a square as even as you can get out of the top. So that's gonna be your tabletop. You're gonna give it a little time to glue. I'm gonna work a little quicker than I normally would. I usually would let this sit for a minute so it's hard. Then you're gonna flip it over and then you're gonna take long skinny sticks that are about the same length. What I use to get them that way is the wire cutters. They're really easy to cut and get about the same length if you're using a tool like that. And then you're gonna lay the tabletop sticks across your square. Across. I'm going to make them long enough, which I didn't do with that one. Take longer ones and go across. You can break them, you can cut them, whatever way you want to do to get them to fit. Just need a couple more. So now I've got the tabletop part, so this flat part, lots of extra glue you can pull off. Then I'm gonna flip it back over, so I'm working upside down, and the best thing to do for the legs are to find sticks that have a Y in them. So it would be finding sticks that have a natural Y and then cutting them to the length that you need. And I used the wire cutters to get them there. And what that's gonna let me do is take the corner of the Y and put it right at where the corners meet on the top of the table. So there's one. And if you have a spotter, a person working with you, and you want to have somebody hold them, you can do that. If you get really lucky, they might stay up without somebody holding. But you don't have to work as quickly as I am. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm showing you at this speed. So you want to glue your 4 corners and make sure that they are have time to dry. So I'm going to set this to the side just for a minute while that dries. And then I'm just going to show you the tree bark table. Same thing, I'm finding some sticks that have a little bit of a Y in them, and I'm cutting them low enough. The shape of the bark is a little bit curved, So I cut these so that they would fit right in the curve of the table. So I'm gonna glue my table legs just like that, upside down. They fit nicely in there. And then when you flip it, you're gonna have a cute little table. You can have them stand up by fitting in the grooves of the floor of your fairy house, so don't worry if they're not like the perfect height. They're not gonna be freestanding, they're actually gonna fit into the groove, so you don't have to worry about it holding up on its own. So we're gonna check this one now. So I'm gonna turn this over, peel my glue sticks. If I decide that I want to go in and maybe trim this leg, it's just a little bit longer than the other, I can trim that end off. This is a little bit taller, so you can spot it once you have it up. So there you've got a cute little table, and you can start putting accessories on it like acorn tops and pine cones and little beads or berries. So that's the two types of tables that you could make for your fairy house. And that one does need to fit in the grooves of the floor. Okay, so for this part, we're gonna show you how to make a lantern using sticks, twine, and a marble. So my daughter Lily is gonna show you how to do that, and you're gonna need a glue gun. So she's going to glue the sticks together. She got one big one, one little one. And just hold it for a minute, because glue guns need like 30 seconds or a minute to hold something in place, and you'll know if you don't have enough glue because it won't stick, and you'll just have to add a little bit more. Okay, she's going to show you now how to attach the marble to the acorn top. She's going to put some hot glue inside, and then take the marble and stick it in there, and you're going to hold for about 30 seconds. Now she's going to show you how to attach the acorn to the string. So you're going to put hot glue around the cap at the top, and you're going to lay your rope in there, and you're going to carefully attach it without burning your fingers if you can. Going to hold it in place. Hold it on there and wrap the twine around a couple of times. And if you need to, you can add a little more hot glue at the top. You probably will have to, just to make it hold. And once the first part dries, add a little bit more to make it stay. Hold until it's dry. Cute little fairy lantern. Zoom in so you can see up close. It's cute. It looks like there's a light shining out of it because of the blue marble. For this segment of the video, we are going to show you how to make a fairy. So Lily's going to demonstrate how to make a little fairy. So what you need for that is a zip tie and a wooden bead, or a plain bead that you can use for the head. And you're just going to slide it onto there. A little glue at the top so it holds. Then you're going to take a flower, and you're going to slide it up about halfway to where the waist of the fairy would be. And you're just going to hold it in place so it dries. Okay, so now you are going to put a little glue around the center to add your wings. And then take a little feather and glue it to one side. And a little more glue to the other side. Okay, so she's going to show you how to add legs. We're using a pipe cleaner. And you're just going to wrap it like a twist tie around the bottom of the zip tie. Hopefully you can hold that up so people can see what that looks like. So you got the little legs wrapped around there. You need a little extra glue to hold it. So that's your legs. So now we're gonna add the moss to the top. So we're gonna do green moss-like hair at the top of the head. Do your hot glue and put your moss at the top. We're gonna give this fairy some curly green hair. And then as a final touch, we are gonna use an acorn top as a hat. Put a little bit of glue in the acorn top. Put it on top of the head. And you've got yourself a fairy. At this point, you could take a marker or a Sharpie and draw a face on your fairy. And there you go. You can add some final details. I like how the one on the right looks like Princess Leia fairy. So be creative, but this is the basis for building little fairies to live in your house.